It's Wednesday, the 2nd of May, 2018, and welcome to Navigating Your Day. In safety in Jinshinjutsu, safety energy lock number 2 came into the universe meaning life force for all creatures or wisdom. 2 is the number of nurture. So the life force, all creatures need that basic nurturing life force. And we are connected to that nurturing life force through the breath. And interestingly enough, of course, it's not a coincidence, safety energy lock number 2 is located on the ring finger, which is associated with the lung and the large intestine, and the lung is obviously through how we breathe, right? Okay, so today we have the 2 from the 2nd of May, we have 5 from May, obviously, and we have 2 from 2018, so we have predominantly water with some air in the root of the life map, and in fact in the rest of the life map we have more water as well. So today is a day that we get to connect with our emotions more. Yesterday, when we had the 1 and the 5 in the root of the life map, it was more about thinking and analyzing and connecting with people and communicating, whereas 2 is more about connecting to our emotions, more about connecting to how does this make us feel, and does it feel right for us, and is what we're doing or thinking or trying to be, is that nourishing or is it punishing? Because everything has 2 sides, and that's where the wisdom comes in. The wisdom of the 2 is realizing that we live in a dualistic universe, but in actuality, it is always balanced. So that means that you can perceive something as being more negative than positive, but if you look, you will find that it has just as many benefits as it has drawbacks. This is not easy. It doesn't come naturally to us. This is a learned skill. It's like, you can't just go and do a triathlon unless you've trained. So if you've trained, then you can, and if you haven't, well, then you can't. So it is the same with appreciating that this balance of benefits and drawbacks always exists, because it's all good and well to know that intellectually, but unless you actually put it into practice, you're never going to know it as a reality, and then it's just going to be talk. And the more you can appreciate this, and the quicker you can re-equilibrate things when something does happen, whether you perceive it as being extremely good or extremely bad, the less polarized your emotions are going to be around it. So 2 helps us to connect to what is it that we need to nurture ourselves. And when we nurture ourselves and we give ourselves enough resource, then how can we take that into the world and help us nurture others? It also helps us to maintain balance. Remember, now 5 is not about sitting still and feeling your emotions. That's the number of May, right? 5 is about getting things done. 5 is about networking. 5 is about changing. And 5 is about analyzing. So 5 might lead us to trying to intellectualize what we're feeling so that we can feel better and avoid feeling the feeling in the first place. That is something that we need to be aware of, so that when we find our mind trying to rationalize, we can actually stop and we can reconnect to the feeling. And this connecting to the feeling thing doesn't have to take 10 hours, right? It can be momentary. You can connect to it for 10 seconds, right? We've all got that. So you can connect and check in with yourself. And how do I feel? How's this making me feel? How do I really feel? Am I trying to cover my feelings with busyness? Am I trying to distract myself? Am I being true to my feelings? So today we really have the opportunity to connect not only with our emotions, but with this concept that everything in the world is actually, in actuality, it's neutral. It's only in our minds that we polarize it into either being good if we think there are more benefits than drawbacks, or bad. I often find with people when I tell them this, and they go, oh yeah, no, I can see the bit. So they perceive that there's something bad going on, they're sick, for example. So I say, well, there've got to be just as many benefits as there are drawbacks to you being sick. And they go, yeah, no, I found a few benefits. And they go, well, like 3. I go, okay, so well, what are the drawbacks? And the list is like 50. Well, hello, that's hardly equilibrated. So if you've got 50 drawbacks, then you have to go and find 50 benefits. It's not easy, and as I said, it's something that you need to practice. It's a learned skill. If you'd like to learn how to do it, by the way, I can help you with that. So practice today. When something happens and you're feeling bummed by it, ask yourself, well, how do you think this benefits me? What does it make me do? What does it force me to do? So let's just say, for example, you're a keen exerciser, right? And you have an injury. Now, that's a bummer. So that's a drawback. You go, well, you know what? I can't exercise. How's that benefit me? Exercise is good for me, and it improves my health, and it balances my emotions, and it stabilizes my adrenaline, and blah, 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 blah. So this is not a good thing. This is a bad thing. Well, what is it forcing you to do? Well, it's forcing me to rest. So what are you doing in the time? What could you do in the time that you'd be exercising? What could you do? Or what have you been doing? Well, I don't know, I've been spending more time with my family. And how's that a benefit to you? Well, actually, I've been talking to my kids a bit more. And how's that a benefit to you? Well, we feel a bit more, I feel connected. And how's that a benefit to you? Well, actually, I feel quite valuable, right? Because I can give them advice or help them with their homework or whatever. Right, so how else has it benefited you? Has it benefited you financially? No, man, I don't make money when I go running. Well, I don't know. Are you saving tread on your running shoes? Yeah, so will they take longer to wear out? Yes. So will that save you money in the long term? Well, yeah, but that's not really a benefit. No. Will that happen? Yes, it will. So sometimes you have to stack up a whole lot of seemingly not important benefits in order to get the same kind of quality of the drawbacks. But it's something that we can all practice, and you can start practicing it today. The hero today is the 9. 9 helps us, remember, connect deeply to our intuition. 9 is curious. 9 is resilient. 9 is optimistic. So 9 really can help us find the upside. Because you know what? When you're feeling amazing, you're not going to stop and go, oh my God, I feel so amazing. What is the downside? No. You're only going to be interested in doing this when you're feeling crap. So if you're feeling terrible, you want to ask yourself, okay, so what's the upside to this thing? So something has made you feel this way, right? Something happened, you had a perception that it was more bad than good, and now it's making you feel bad, right? So what could the benefit be of this situation? Well, actually, there are no benefits. No. 9 really can help you connect deeply to your intuition so that you can start finding the benefits. And interestingly enough, every time you find a benefit, you start myelinating a new pathway in your brain that helps you appreciate balance better. And even finding 2 benefits causes 2 little strands of myelin. And if you find 2 more tomorrow and you find 2 more the next day, it's going to take a long time, but it is going to happen. Right, the villain today is also a 2. So when you have 2 in the villain position, then you become insensitive to your own feelings and the feelings of others. So you are not connected. You're not connected to the essence of how you feel, and so you try and avoid the feelings. And because you're avoiding the feelings, generally you tend to avoid seeing the feelings of others and appreciating their feelings, and you might run roughshod over them. Luckily, we have Jin Shin Jitsu to help us. So as I said to you right in the beginning, safety energy lock number 2 is located on the ring finger. The ring finger harmonizes the lung and large intestine organ function energies, and the emotion is sadness and grief. So holding the ring finger helps us to equilibrate those negative emotions, or what we think of as negative emotions. There are no negative emotions, they're just emotions, right? We place a judgment on them. We go, happy is a positive emotion and sad is a negative emotion. Actually, they're just emotions. So holding the ring finger helps you to equilibrate that. Holding the ring finger will help you stay connected to your feelings so that you don't run the risk of the 2 in the villain position, where you become insensitive to your needs as well as the needs and feelings of others. I hope you have a lovely day, and I'll speak to you again tomorrow.